Hey guys, I'm back with another video, and this is Cam from 15 making another DC TV show prediction video. And today we're going to talk about The Flash Season 6. So, The Flash, it's the first DC TV show I watched, and it's a show that's very controversial in what's going on now. There's some people that don't like where the show headed, and there's some people that like some of the past few seasons, while there are other people that didn't like the past 3 seasons, and they really, you know, they liked the first 2 seasons because it had, you know, it did such a phenomenal job. Um, the Flash seasons, in my opinion, they've done good. The first 2 seasons were amazing, but the middle of the pack, I would say, right now are decent and okay to watch. Some things didn't make too much sense, but it's the Flash. So I'm here to talk season 6 for a bit. This might actually be a shorter video because I think, like the Arrow thing, this trailer doesn't really give too much to go on in predictions, really. Like, really, I think out of all the trailers I watched for the DC TV, the main 3 shows, is Supergirl probably showed the most what you can expect. The only thing from the Flash I can really expect is how the timeline is going to change because of Crisis coming up, and what the new villain Blood Bloodwork is going to do in the first half of the season. So, really, I don't know anything else. Possibly certain things. I did watch their interview when they had all the cast members on board for what you can expect for the season. So, another thing is, I guess we can expect is Tom Cavanaugh, who plays any alliteration of Dr. Wells. He's going to be coming back as another alliteration of Wells. So that's something to expect. If I'm remembering correctly from the interview, when they were talking about Caitlin, Killer Frost is also going to get a new suit. And also, Caitlin looks like Caitlin and Ralph may have a relationship going on. I'm kind of iffy on a relationship between Ralph and Caitlin, I guess you can say. But then again, maybe I'm wrong with that. Maybe they might ship Caitlin with another person on the show. Because I don't really remember that. Because I haven't seen an interview in so long. I think in the interview they were hinting at Caitlin and Ralph possibly getting together. And the crazy thing is, even in season 5, they kind of hinted at the fact that they're basically look like they're setting them up to be together. From what it looks like, that's what it looks like. But then again, we also got confirmation from Ralph from the last season of Ralph Dibny's wife, basically. And if you saw the last episode of last season, it looks like we're gonna have his wife come into the show and stuff like that. So maybe that might be the rumors between him and his wife or something like that. But if it's him and Caitlin, I'll just have to see where it goes with that. I personally, I don't know. It's kind of an awkward relationship or awkward pairing if they actually do pair Ralph with Caitlin. I don't know. I'll have to see how it goes. And it's crazy because the reason why I feel like that is, I don't know. Maybe it's because of me, either me. I just have a feeling like one day, I don't know. I feel like they're really teasing a Cisco Caitlyn relationship. And to be honest, I'm actually would be down for that. Now, I understand they're friends and they see each other more as friends as love interests, but I could see Cisco breaking up with the girl he's with now and either this season or maybe early next season, and the two just come together, him and Caitlyn come together, and they just, fall in love with each other, and they're together because they both always try to get into relationships, and it never has worked for anyone. For them, Cisco, he broke up with two girls. Well, if he breaks up with his new recent girlfriend, and then with Caitlyn, her boyfriends are either, well, in Jay Garrick's case, was evil, or they're most likely always dying. And, it's kind of sad to see that and stuff like that. So, so yeah, really, another prediction I guess I can say is, I'm pretty interested to see how the timeline's going to change pertaining to before Crisis and even after Crisis. Um, it's going to be interesting to see where the story goes, especially for all other shows were really majority of the Flash after Crisis, and it's going to be pretty interesting to see where that goes. So I would like to see how they do the crossover, and after the crossover pertaining to the Flash TV show, what you know Crisis is going to entail for the future of the Flash. Um, I also know from the interview, saw from the interview that I guess Barry and Iris are going to be still mourning over the death of Nora. So, um, it's going to be interesting to see where they go with that. And Candice Patton and Grant Gustin basically said in the interview, like, Barry and Iris are going to go through the struggles of basically trying to get over this loss of death, because the season's going to take place like at least a few seconds or minutes after season 5. So basically, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where they go with that. Um, Hopefully, it's not as dull and boring, because not to hate on the relationship. I like the relationship between Barry and Iris, but sometimes some of their things can come across a little bit like and stuff like that. Because even in past seasons, some people have issues with certain things, especially pertaining to Iris. And also, in the interview, Candice Patton also does state that Iris will now be taking up the role as being out there in the news network and being like a reporter, like, or like, writing, making, finally doing the paper reporting stuff like she's always was doing in the comics and stuff like that. And Candice Patton said she's glad to be doing that. Another prediction I have is, by the end of the season, I think they'll have Iris be pregnant by the end of the season. Um, since it looks like they're gonna be doing a big emphasis of trying to get over the Nora's death. Um, it's going to. It looks like it's going to. It looks like they're gonna be talking about this whole thing, and then what a good way to end it off as Iris admitting to or telling Barry, like, I'm pregnant and stuff like that. That would be pretty interesting to see, and then we can maybe get the Tornado Twins and get the good alliteration, the real alliteration of the Flash's kids instead of just just the one Nora kid. And maybe the Nora parents will come back, but in the form of a baby, basically, and they'll just name her Nora, or and stuff like that. Hmm. Overall, I really don't have any other predictions for this season. That's really it. And I know this video is actually pretty short than usual. Arrow might be just as short because it's pretty vague with what it's going on too. But all I know is the Flash. They're changing up the way how they run the show. So Bloodwork, he's gonna be basically the big bad of part one of this season, and then season two they're gonna have another big bad. Ultimately, a person who's most likely stronger than Bloodworks, and I guess is a good direction that they're going in because it was always weird how they have this one big bad where they deal with the entire season, and they just have to find, you know, a way just to like come off as a threat, but trying to stop him at the same time. And it was a huge problem last season. I think one reason why people had issues with last season was the whole cicada plot. And what I mean by that is that people you watch The Flash, every time the Flash and his team got in confrontation with Cicada, they had ample opportunities to capture Cicada and beat him. But the writers last season wrote some stupid way where they couldn't catch him, and you know, yada yada yada. Like there was one of the episodes where Flash literally had Cicada down and out and beaten, but then Nora comes and he's like, "Oh my goodness, Nora!" And then Cicada just gets away, and I'm like, dude, you just literally got him because you paid attention to your daughter for legit 5 seconds. He got away. And I think the new Flash writer, because there's a new TV writer, I think he basically sees what's going on, and he's like, you know what? We can't have this stuff where they have a main villain showing up in the first couple of episodes. He confronts the team, and it makes no sense how they don't get him. So maybe this new Flash writer is here. So the new Flash writer is here. So basically, he has one big villain, and then the second big villain for the second part of the season, because it doesn't keep this overarching long season focusing on one big bad. And if they come in contact with Flash and his team, they don't find ways to not capture him or ways for the villain not to kill them in the moment. Like, I think if you can ask me what was a detractor from season 5, it was probably the villain at the last part. I just feel like now looking back at it with season 5, the villain with Cicada, the big bad, was so weak because the Team Flash had ample opportunity after ample opportunity to finish the job. And really, when you think about it, Cicada didn't really come across as a big bad. It just came across as really a cockroach or a nuisance throughout the entire season. And every time he or even she showed up, people were like, "What are they gonna do this time? How is he or she gonna escape next time?" And it's gonna be interesting how things are gonna go. Now this season looks to be pretty promising because it looks like it's gonna probably take some elements from season 1 and 2, because it looks like they're putting things back into what things used to be like. Now Cisco's gonna be the man in the chair, and looks like he's gonna be back to being really the guy who does really all the science stuff and does what he did in season 1 and season 2. It's looking like that with really Ralph, Caitlin, and Flash doing the hero stuff, and with Iris focusing on the news outlet, and then the rest of the family like Joe being the police captain. It looks like they're really gonna focus in on what season 1 and season 2, what made them good, and maybe in an essence they'll try to rekindle what season 1 and 2 did in season 6. I know for the last couple of seasons people haven't been saying the Flash has been doing good as of late. There's some, and what I mean is there's some people that really don't like season 3 for all the plot. People say that season 3 has a lot of issues, and you can't deny that it does. But there are still some people out there that like season 3. Season 4, it's a mix. There's some people that like it, some people that don't. But from what I remember, more people had more positive things to say about season 4, because they said at least season 4 was a little bit better than season 3. It wasn't as good as the first 2 seasons, but it was good. And season 5, I guess you can put it as in a mixture as well of people saying, there's good and bad. But I think with season 5, some people actually do. I think from what I saw, some people don't like season 5 as much as I thought they did. Because I think some people had issues with like Nora's character and how, I guess in essence, bitchy and like irresponsible and all this, common sense she lacked and stuff, and she came across as that was a reason why some people were turned off. Um, what else? There was I also the cicada plot line. People definitely did not like that. I don't think I've seen someone really like the cicada plot line. Now the cicada plot line was really good when it first started off, but then when it just became a common trope again and again, where it's like cicada comes, they confront him, but he escapes at the end of the episode. And it's funny because even last season they're like, "Oh yeah, cicada, you never caught him, Flash. He is legit the one villain you can never catch." And it's like, when they looked at season 5, it's like they had ample opportunity to catch this guy. They were just doing stupid stuff. So hopefully, when they encounter blood work, they don't act stupid and they catch it. But obviously, I don't think blood work. Well, they say I don't know when he'll show up, but hopefully they make him a threat where there's stakes, and you know it's going to be interesting to see where the Flash TV show goes, and I can't wait to see who the second big bad of the Flash Part 2 of season 6 is going to be after the crossover. It's going to be interesting to see where they go with that too. Um, so really, yeah, that is it when it comes to this previewing predictions for the Flash season 6. Um, Season 6 will be coming out October 8th. So that's going to be 2 days after Supergirl, their season 5 premiere. After that comes on Sunday, it's gonna be coming on Tuesday, October 8th. So I can't wait for that. And I can't wait to see where the Flash TV show goes here, or from here on out. It's gonna be interesting to see where they take this, and hopefully this is a really good season, because I think there's a lot of fans clamoring for a season of The Flash to be as good as it was back when the show first came out, because everyone loves the first 2 seasons. So hopefully this season's really good and it can actually take the rank as either third or maybe even the best season of Flash. But then again, I don't think nothing will ever beat season 1 of The Flash, because season 1 of The Flash is just really good. Um, so other than that, that's really it for this video. So, if you know more about what's going to be happening this upcoming season and you want to talk about it, please put it in the comments. Otherwise, in the comment section, also put your expectations for The Flash Season 6. And if you like this video, leave a like. Also, hit that subscribe button if you want to get more content on The Flash, on all the other DC TV shows that I will start reviewing this coming October. And I'm thinking of probably getting ready for all the seasons of the show. I don't know if I'll do this, but I might um, I might review the previous seasons of all the main DC TV shows. I don't know if I will. It all depends, because if I'm gonna do that, that's a lot of things to watch, especially from the standpoint of combined seasons between The Flash, Arrow, and Supergirl. And not to say I don't want to go through watching all those episodes again. It's just I would have to binge watch an entire season, then put out the review to make sure I remember everything, and then, boom. I don't think I'll probably make a review for all the seasons. Maybe at a later date and time. Maybe I'll review all the seasons. Like maybe after Arrow season 8 is done, maybe I might just go back with all of Arrow, rewatch the entire series, and then review Arrow, all the seasons of Arrow, and maybe I'll cap that off with reviewing Arrow season 8. And like I said, maybe with the Flash and Supergirl, I can review those at a different point in time. Maybe after the season's over, or something like that. After these upcoming seasons, these upcoming seasons are over. So yeah, this is going to be pretty interesting to see where this goes. So other than that, this video will be uploaded tonight. You'll be seeing this. So yeah, and then tomorrow I will make the video for Arrow season 8 and their predictions and what that is. That video probably won't be as long too. It might be shorter than this one. This one's literally probably like 20 to 21 minutes. So and the Arrow one might be shorter because of how vague it's looking from the trailer. So other than that, this is Cam315 and I'm signing out. You guys have a great day.